If there's an underpayment on a job site, there doesn't have to be a bad guy for us to find a resolution. We can work cooperatively with both business and their employees to get people paid what they are owed.
My team of analysts review payrolls, investigate complaints, and visit job sites every day to ensure workers are paid what they're owed.
When I am able to work with an employer to get restitution for workers quickly and with cooperation, that's a win-win situation.
Workers in Denver, from construction sites to the airport to food and beverage business, deserve to get paid at least what's required by law. However, many employers that underpay workers do so by accident. That's why our team of analysts always try to find resolutions with employers voluntarily first and foremost. And that's why we prioritize outreach and education not only to workers, but also to business owners and managers. Recently, our Denver labor team has been able to successfully recover thousands of dollars for the workers of Denver, in many cases with the support of the employers.
This year, because of an increase in minimum wage and greater community awareness of their rights, we have worked through a record number of complaints. For the past several years, under Auditor O'Brien, we have recovered a record amount of restitution, getting more people paid than ever.
One of our lead analysts can tell you about a recent success story from one of her projects.
Recently, I was working on a prevailing wage case when I realized a contractor performing custodial work at the Denver Zoo was not set up in our compliance software system, and therefore has not submitted certified payroll records. Once we got both the contract and the contractor set up, we found out the employer was not paying its custodians the prevailing wage rate. The contractor was very cooperative and issued restitution checks to its employees quickly. As a result of this investigation and the helpful employer, we recovered more than $83,000 on behalf of 21 employees.
I'm proud of each and every case we close. That means workers have the money they've earned in their bank accounts, where it should have been from the start. In a recent restitution case, my analyst recovered restitution for 48 workers at the airport after realizing the employer was charging workers for badge fees. That's the cost of doing business and not an eligible deduction. We recovered more than $11,000 for one employee. We believe every dollar matters to every employee.
One of our biggest restitution cases of all time involved bus drivers shuttling workers when the Westin Hotel was under construction. After we realized the bus drivers weren't paid the prevailing wage, we recovered thousands of dollars for several individuals. For one gentleman I met with, he received nearly the equivalent of 2 years of pay just from restitution. Another worker recently received more than $7,000 because an out-of-state employer underpaid a power equipment operator for cranes. We have many more examples of how our work is helping real people in our community on our website.
Our goal is to educate and collaborate with employers to get workers paid correctly the first time. However, when mistakes happen, we appreciate the support of businesses who make things right as soon as possible.
We have many resources to support local business at denverauditor.org. And workers who think they may have been underpaid should fill out a complaint form right away. We look at every complaint we receive. Well, that's it for this episode of Ask the Auditor. If you have a question, submit it to auditor@denvergov.org, and maybe your question will be the next question we answer on the next episode of Ask the Auditor.